All right, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of the DoersCast, where we feature doers, who are people who not only talk about their ideas, their dreams, their ideal lifestyle, but actually goes out there and takes action. In other words, they're out there doing it. And we want to inspire y'all to go out there and chase your wildest ambitions by featuring these doers and their stories right here. I'm your co-host, Johnson Din.
And I'm your co-host, Mr. Gardner. We have a very, very special guest today. He played college basketball at Texas A&M Kingsville from 2014 to 2018. After he graduated there, he went into the IT industry there in Kingsville, and he's been here in Austin for 3 years now, and he's pursuing his entrepreneurial journey. And we're actually right here in his fine establishment, Crew Lounge, as a franchisee here. We're excited to see what he has to share with us today. So,
all right, welcome.
Hey, appreciate y'all having me, man, for sure.
Glad to have you on, man. How you been?
Been doing good, man. Just trying to get business rolling, day-by-day process, man. So it's been tough, but it's light at the end of the tunnel, for sure.
Sweet.
All right, that's good to hear. All right, so tell the audience a little about Crew Lounge and how you started this particular establishment.
Crew Lounge, man. It's been a hell of a journey with Crew. I got started with Crew probably about a year ago. It's a little over a year now. It's been like a year and a half. Just working with them and gaining information, going on the day of discovery, just discovering the Crew franchise, and taking my time and meeting everybody that's in the industry. And how I got with Crew, just doing some research online, man. Just the computer can be your best friend sometimes. So just researching, finding out franchising opportunities, and it brought me to Crew. So just a little bit about Crew. It's a hookah lounge, bar, clubby feel. You get a little bit of everything with Crew. So it's just like a hybrid type deal. We have hookah, we have bottle service, we got food, different type of promo deals throughout the week. So it'll be a great experience. Follow us on IG, Twitter. You can go check out our website. It's www.crewlounge.com. Follow on IG. It's at CrewLoungeATX. And Twitter also is CrewLoungeATX.
Sweet. All right, and so you said you were searching for franchise opportunities. Why a franchise specifically?
So just doing some just researching, like I said, and my mom, she actually, I just thank her, man. She had franchising in my mind, years ago. It's been probably like 5 or 6 years ago that we discussed doing some franchises ourselves. I lost my mother to cancer in 2018.
Sorry about that.
And so yeah, just carrying on those dreams, man. Just remembering that being sticking in my head like that, and just decided to pursue it, man. It's a great opportunity. You get help from all over, as far as from the CEO to the vice president to everybody. So everyone's helpful. They good people, and that, you can't beat that. It's like a family-oriented business. So we all stay together, we work together, communicate together well. So it's been good so far.
Sweet.
Oh,
How did you meet all the presidents and co-presidents? Like after you researched them, like how did you get in contact with all of them?
Yeah. So after that, after I figured out, did my research, they reached back out to me, and then they sent out a lot of marketing details, showing like different flyers, showing all their promo deals, the food they offer, and just the vibe in general, And after that, I spoke with Dennis McKinley. He's actually the CEO of the company or the franchise. And he's been good as well. He's got his name in different types of businesses all over. So he's got several different other franchises as well. And it was easy. It was easy communication. It's been that way since the start.
Wow.
All right, I know you said you've been trying to, get this going for about a year now. So how did the pandemic affect that? Did it slow things down or?
Yeah, so just during the pandemic, we actually got started a little later in the pandemic. So I discovered Crew probably February of 2020, and that's when I went out there to do my tour with them and meet everybody on the team. I took a break from it, just try to get things together because of the pandemic. It was just there was no site at that time, so it was just hard to fully lock into it and say, hey, I'm going to do this while there's a pandemic going on. So just waited some time, let the pandemic go through, and see what the next steps were, see when we would get back to some normalcy. And around October is when I finally signed the deal with Crew, signed my franchise agreement, start beginning to look for my location, and that was it. The rest is history.
Cool. Wait, what did I have? Oh, you have
Alright, so speaking of history, what were you doing before the franchise?
So before the franchise, I had a 9-to-5 job. I worked at a company called MediMobile. It's a computer software company, and they do basically they work with doctors. And it's basically the MediMobile is a platform for the doctors to use to keep track of their bills that they have to do for their patients. And it's an easier way to just keep track of everything as far as like their insurances. And it has all the patient information on there as well.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I grew up loving IT, man. So that's what I wanted to do. That's what I went to school for. That's why I came to Austin, just because of IT.
It's a tech city.
Right.
Silicon Hills.
It's a big tech city. It's the Silicon Valley of the Southwest. So that's where my dream started with IT. And then I did business as well. So I studied business, and owning my own thing has always been a dream for me. So. I'm just glad I'm able to do it, man. It's a dream come true for real.
Yeah. Was it really different when you transitioned from 9 to 5 to working on your own time?
I don't think so, man. Cause it's a big transition. Just because you have more free time to do what you do for yourself. You're not actually working for somebody else. You're not having to go clock in and do somebody else's work. But you're coming in doing your own thing, and it's just been easy for me. It's something that. I feel like I've been destined to do, so it doesn't actually really feel like hard work. It just feels like it's an everyday thing.
Wait, all right, destined to do. What do you mean by that? Like, is there a certain personality required to run a franchise or entrepreneurship?
No, man, anybody can do it. You know what I mean? So like anybody can run their own business, man. As you set your mind to it, if you're passionate about it, go for it. You know what I mean? So I just said, hey, I'm tired of doing it. I don't want to do this no more. So let's find something else. Let's find another way of getting money, getting to the bag. So, it's been easy so far. And just like I said, this destiny. I've always wanted to own my own business. So I'm just keep my mind to that, and it's finally happened.
That's awesome.
That's sweet. Let's see. What was I gonna get to? I lost my track of thought. All right, so IT to hookah, right? That's like those are like two like just radically different things, right?
Yeah.
So you landed on Crew. Was there like other things you were potentially looking at that time?
Yeah, man. So it was I did some research just doing. I actually wanted to start my own business, so I didn't even look into franchising initially. I just looked up. I wanted to own a bar or a club or a restaurant or anything like that. So I feel like just doing that research and figuring that out. I lost my train of thought. But what was the question again? I'm sorry.
No, just IT to hookah.
Okay, yeah. So hookah is just a part of it, man. Like I've just come to grow and just liking it now. You know what I mean? It's nothing that I just really was big on at first, but just the club and bar feel or the aspect of Crew that just brought me over to the hookah lounge part of things.
So was there a time where you sort of had to educate yourself on it, like the ins and outs of the business, or like what was that process like?
So I mean, I've like I said, I've smoked hookah before. I've been smoking hookah and everything like that. About a couple years. I mean, it's nothing that's new to me, but I mean, hey, it's just I don't know. I don't even know how to really explain it, man. It's I don't know. It's cool though. It's cool.
Yeah. Like, all right. So going back to like, I guess just sort of general entrepreneurship. Like growing up, did you have like entrepreneurial inspirations? I know you talked about your mom a little bit. So it was her. Was there any others as well, or?
I didn't necessarily have. Well, I mean, I could say my grandparents. They would do their own thing. My grandma, she would run a little store out of her house. You know what I mean? She'll have all the neighborhood kids. They'll come up and buy candy, sodas, and all that from her. So, my granddad, he had his own little kind of like little bar thing. On his own. It was like out of like a little trailer, you know what I mean? But he would have people come over and they'll watch games, and he'll sell liquor and do things like that. So it's just, I feel like it has been something that's been deep down the line in my family. So I guess I get it from them, man. So they chase their dreams, they do what they want to do.
That's cool.
All right, yeah. So you said you also wanted to own a business, but you ended up like you found franchising. You thought it was really awesome. How different is it in your eyes between owning a franchise and a business?
Oh man, just the amount of help that you have. Like, you know, I have her over there, Torka. She's the greatest, man. So just, you know, have that support system. You know, going into it on your own, you don't necessarily get the the suppliers that are already set with the franchise. You don't, because, you know, doing that on your own, you have to go search out and find those people. And, you know, they link me with all types of, they just, you know, help with the connections and the relationship that you build with everybody. So, and that's the main difference for me, just the amount of support that you have.
And would you recommend like people who are looking into entrepreneurship and business to also look into franchising?
Yeah, man, I think if, you know, you're young like myself, that's definitely the route, you know, that, to start out at least, you know what I mean? So like I said, you're getting that extra support, you're getting a business plan, a great business plan that's already laid out. You know, you're just following it and learning it. You learn as time goes on. You may not know the ins and outs of it, but, you know, eventually you learn everything and you figure out the crew way. So, or just in any franchise that you go into, man. So, and I think that's for anyone that's looking to start a business, franchising would definitely be a good start.
Definitely, because they're like, you're kind of doing some of the entrepreneurship stuff. You know, you're still doing your own product. You're being the face of the business, but you have most of the marketing done for you at the start, right? And not gonna lie, like this kind of like showed me a new path as well. Like I didn't know about franchising until I researched about you. So like, I was like,
okay, that's really cool, man. That's cool. That's what's up.
What's been like the biggest obstacle or some of the biggest obstacles you've run into?
Man, it's been a hell of a process, like I said, man. So I got started I got this building in January. Of course, that's an obstacle, man. Just getting the building right in itself. Like if you guys would have saw this place before, you'd be like, man, I'll probably show y'all some pictures later of what this spot looked like. But it was terrible, man. But just getting it right, getting it fixed up, getting it suitable, getting it to look like this, man, that was a challenge in itself. Also, just
good job though.
Yeah,
look
appreciate
at this
that, man. Appreciate it. And I'll say another obstacle is just getting probably licensing, man. That you know, working with the city, especially during COVID right now, everything's a little slower. People aren't in office. You know, you gotta make phone calls, shoot emails, and do all that stuff. So it's been a process, and then, you know, having to pay rent when you're not open. So that's one thing. You're waiting on all that to come through, and you know, bills still got to come. The first of the month still gonna come every time. So.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to sort of get into a little bit, like the 9 to 5 to the franchise transition, as far as like you building up to that level. So I'm assuming like you probably had like in your head, you said you knew you wanted to start a business. Mm-hmm. So like on the personal finance aspect, do you have like any I guess advice for like the younger people out there that's maybe trying to make that transition? Like what do you do like finance wise to like ready yourself to like get to this point and jump in?
I mean, just saving on, you know, the amount that the amount that I've made, you know, the little money that I've made over my time doing a 9 to 5, saving up, obviously looking into loans and everything. Be sure your credit score is good, because they looking at that, you know what I mean? So just using loans, and, you know, obviously, you know, some inheritance as well on that. So, I mean, it's just being smart with it. And, you know, if that's what you want to do, lay it all out. You know what I mean? Look at your finances, see what you got, see what the franchising fee or any type of fees that you run into, see what that is, see if it works for you, then balance that out, you know, and try to figure out, you know, hey, I got to use this much this month, I got to use this much the next month, or I got to, you know, use it this week, the next week. So just balance. I just feel like keeping a good balance is the best way to do it financially.
That's sweet.
What are some risks or like sacrifices that you have to make, like financially or non-financially, to start this?
I mean, it's a big risk going into business in general, man, because you're not necessarily knowing the outcome. You know, you don't know how successful your business is going to be going into it. But that's another reason why I chose franchising, because you see, hey, this business is doing successful in this one area. Maybe this area is lacking in that, you know, in that aspect, as far as like a cultural thing, or more of a like just a vibey place, man. So, you know, you look at that and you say, hey, well, this will fit good here. You know, so, you know, I'll pursue it in that way.
Awesome. All All right, so I want to get into skill sets, right? So first question is, what skills have you learned from running this crew lounge?
I mean, I just been working on my managerial experience. I have a little bid of that working at the 9 to 5 as well, doing some account management things.
Oh, and also before that, you worked at a product management internship, right?
Yeah.
Did you also learn from that too? For like.
Yeah, man. That was big. I definitely recommend internships as well. For students and everybody coming up. It definitely helps because it gets you in that work environment. You get to figure out how the office life works. You get to see how businesses run. But yeah, doing that helped with a lot of knowledge. Just learning to interact with people, man. Like that's something I've been doing. Playing basketball, meeting new people every day. You're going to tournaments, meeting new people or playing against new people, and I feel like just being social and it just comes natural because it's always something I've been doing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But aside from being social, what kind of skill would you like suggest people who are going to franchise? What should they learn to get into this?
That's a good question. What should they learn?
Or practice.
I mean, I would say just learning how to, if you're studying business, like just learn the ins and outs to just a business in itself. Just figuring out how to actually run it, how to how it works, like your employees, being able to work with them and understanding that, because in this industry I'll be working with a lot of females, so you got to know that females will have egos, of course. So and that's not just being real. There'll be different type of egos that you have, and that's with anyone. But you have different type of egos that you encounter. So you got to learn just how to work with them and how to deal with them, and how to maintain in any different situation. So.
Wait, quick question. And then you also select who gets hired to be your employee, right?
Right. So we go ahead.
No, yeah, I was just waiting for you to go.
Yeah, so we went through the process of selecting our staff. We're actually doing some training right now. We actually got started this week doing training. So we were hands on with that. With the interview process. Torka here behind, she was big on that too as well. So we have free range of doing that, and then we just connect with them, show them who our staff is, who we hired already, and then we place more people and add on to the team as we keep going along. So.
Ooh, and who do you look for? What do you look for in a potential hire?
Personality, of course. In our industry, in our just crew in general, it's gonna be a different feel. So if you have good energy and you're up and I can see a smile on your face. And also experience as well. So, we want to make sure that you have good experience. We don't want to just hire anyone to come in here. So, we make sure we look at their credentials, see where they worked at before, see how their energy is. And that's basically it.
That's sweet. I want to touch on something you had mentioned a while back as far as filling a need here as far as a cultural aspect. Because obviously, if you just walk up and down Guadalupe, there's not that many places with a urban vibe or a black vibe or black business owners in general, right? So when you're making that decision, was that something you when you picked this location, when you sitting there, you thinking all right, I need to establish something?
Not necessarily, man. It's just this is what this spot just happened to come up, man. So. When I saw the rooftop, and it was an easy decision from that point. We need to go with this one. But as far as looking in the area, no. You see that obviously it's not much cultural in Austin. It's not much urban or cultural things going on out here. So it was just an easy. You can place this spot. You can place crew anywhere. And people will come to it just because of the vibe that we're gonna have. It'll be completely different from anywhere in Austin. So. This location was perfect. On a college campus. We'll have diversity. Obviously, we'll have many people coming in and out of here, black, white, Asian, Hispanic. It don't matter who. We just want to have fun and bring something different to the city.
And just shouting out the location, we're here at 27th and Guadalupe Street here in Austin.
So come visit.
All
right.
27 and 16.
2716. If you're at UT, you can come. You'll be here. You'll see it. All right. And also for this location, you said earlier that when doing franchise, most people do because they see a successful business and they're they're missing one thing. what was the one thing missing from that you wanted to add to it?
Me personally, I don't think anything was missing from Crew, because when I researched it and I was, just looking at it, I'm like, there's no other place like this, not, even in the country. You know what I mean? It's because you're not. I go out to places and I'll get bottle service or something, and the servers aren't having too much fun with it. You know what I mean? It's all about presentation. With Crew, we'll have our servers come in, they'll dance. They'll have signs going up, they'll have lights going, and that just brings people back. That's gonna like, okay, my server is having fun with me. You know what I mean? But so like, you're building relationships. You come in, you meet all different types of people here. So I think that's one of the things.
But did you add like a special twist that for this specific particular
well,
location?
not initially. I mean, well, the special twist, I guess, is the patio. Okay. Not any other crews have a patio, so or a rooftop patio at least. And I mean, I guess that's a twist to it. But other than that, we kind of try to stay to the same plan, stick to the same thing that works, because you don't want to go off the track and then you find yourself somewhere like, dang, this didn't work, or this wasn't the plan. So you see where it ended up. But
wouldn't you also want to take risks and like explore your own stuff, like your own twists?
Yeah. I mean, if that's that's something that the corporate, they have to approve of that.
You have to get approved.
Yeah, so that's something that has to be approved on their end to add an extra twist or add something extra to the menu. But like I said, man, the staff, the corporate staff, they're friendly, man. They're open to anything.
Awesome.
You're pushing their brand. So at the end of the day, like, I mean, if it helps in that specific area that you're in, why not go for it?
Yeah. And so, like, you're representing this brand, right?
Right.
So how do you, put your best self forward? How do you go out there? Like, how do you get more customers, basically? How do you market?
I mean, social media, of course, that's a huge platform right now. Everybody's on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever. And then, just building relationships, going out, not constantly, but, getting out there, going out to the scenes and, meeting new people that's in the industry. So, it makes it easier. You meet different type of promoters, other club owners, and just build those relationships, and you get to know, you get your name in the city. You know what I'm saying? Let people know that we're coming. Let them know that, hey, we got a good, we're coming up too, man. So we got a nice spot coming. I mean, and it's all about showing love and support as well, because I'll show love to any other business out there as well. So, I mean, we just expect that same, the same feel.
Awesome.
All right, so we got two questions that we always ask on the podcast. The first one, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Where I see myself in 5 years, man. So I expect this place to be rocking in 5 years. You know what I mean? It should be established. Sure. It should be running on its own. You know what I mean? So that's what I expect. And then, I mean, I expect to be open up another crew. There's opportunity to do that. So there's plenty of area to do that in Austin. So we can possibly look to expand. And then there's also other businesses as well that I would like to. I mean, I don't just see myself doing crew. I see myself, being with crew, and then also, expanding and doing other things as well. So not being one dimensional. I want to have my, separate, different income. So.
Another question is, what are you doing right now to be more of a doer?
What am I doing right now to be more of a doer? I mean, just staying around. I just feel like staying around my own spot, man, and just staying consistent. Just keeping that that work energy flowing, because I don't want to get too lazy where I'm not, a owner that's like, hands on, or just a owner that's, on top of everything. So I just try to be the best me. That's basically what I guess I could say, being a doer, just being the best version of myself.
Beautiful. All right.
Hi, YouTube. Hi, cyberspace, the world, Twitter, Insta, Snap, all of those things. I'm Torka. I am the CMO, which is the Chief Marketing Officer and Chief Development Officer for the Crew franchise. I also co-own the franchise, and I'm very excited for Austin to open, not only because Austin's just an exciting city, but I'm really excited for Trey, who is the youngest franchisee in our system. We have 4 locations in Atlanta. We have 1 in Charlotte, 1 in Houston. We just did a soft opening on Dallas last weekend, and their grand opening is tomorrow. So Austin will be location number 8. And then we have 20 other locations under development. I like to think of Crew as the Chick-fil-A of hookah lounges because customer service is very important to us. We are a customer-centric environment. And just to add to what Trey was saying earlier, one thing that separates Crew from a lot of other nightlife establishments is because we focus very, very, very heavily on customer service. Any club you go to, they really only care about how much money you're spending, how many bottles you're popping. You know, if you're a celebrity, if you're known, if you know the promoter, you know the DJ, you know the owner, you know the bartender. We don't care about that. We just want you to come to Crew, have a good time. It's free to get in. It's free to sit down. You curate your own experience. You pay for whatever you order, and you keep coming back. So that's really something that's very important to us and how we've been able to expand and grow as quickly as we have. We, to my knowledge, are the only hookah lounge franchise in the world. So we are looking to put a Crew in Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, the Virgin Islands, and some other tropical destinations. I personally have a goal in 5 years to put a Crew in like Barcelona or Saint-Tropez or Dubai or somewhere like that, destination cities. So our immediate goal is to have pretty much every major city in the Southeast have a Crew. So we want our customers to be able to go on a Crew tour. So they can go to Texas, they can go to DC, they can go to Florida, they can come to Georgia, they can go to North Carolina, and they'll find a Crew. We're putting one in Memphis, we're putting one in Nashville. I'm putting my own location in Birmingham, Alabama, DC, Tampa, 3 more locations in Atlanta, and some other surrounding states.
Just let them know we taking over the world.
I know it's worldwide.
Alexa, play DJ Khaled, we taking over.
What gave y'all the idea to like start the franchise?
Well, we started with one flagship location in Atlanta. It's in Midtown, right across from Ponce City Market, which is a really progressive, modern food hall. And it's a lot of pedestrian traffic over there. And the original owner of Crew, her name is Grace. She just had this bar, and it was called Crew. And it really was just a bar, and it sold hookah. So we bought the rights to it in 2015. And we elevated it, enhanced it, added our own flair, added decor. We came up with the slogan and the actual imagery and the aesthetics because we wanted to take what she had and elevate it more. So we bought the rights, we owned the trademark. And then as we were growing in that location, Atlanta got too big for that location. So we were like, dang, we really got to get another location going, but how are we going to be in 2 places at once? So customers would come to the Midtown location from all over the country, and they were like, wow, I wish this was in my city. Like, I come here, and when I come to Atlanta, I make sure I come to this spot. Yeah. So we were like, light bulb moment. We can put Crews in other cities. I don't know how, but we can figure it out because I can't be in 10 places at once. So we did some research. It took several months, and we figured out how we could franchise it. One thing I do want to say is anybody that has a business, whether you want to become a franchise or not, part of being successful and being able to scale and expand is documentation. Write down every system and process about your business that you can. Because when we went to the federal government, which is who regulates the franchising program in the country, they were like, well, you have to tell us everything about your business. From when you unlock the door, what is the first thing that you do when you walk in? So we didn't realize how much of what we did was kind of instinctive and it was in our head and we just knew what to do until we were forced to like write every little thing down. Because I've been in hospitality for over 15 years, but it's certain things I just know to do. So I had to really stop everything. It took about 3 months to like write out our whole business on paper. Every process, every system, how to make a hookah, where to get the tables from, how to make our drinks, what are the training programs for the servers, the training programs for the bartenders, the hookah attendants, the hosts, the runners, the barbacks, the kitchen. Literally every aspect of your business has to be documented. So young people, if you have a business idea, go ahead and start writing down everything that you can think of that you know is related to your business. Because even if you get to a point where you want to franchise, you're going to have to stop and do this anyway. So just do it now. Just save yourself the headache. Even with your podcast, if you wanted to take this and syndicate it and put it in other cities and let other students and other campuses like copy your model, they need to know exactly how you guys do everything. So yeah, that's really important.
That's powerful right there.
Yeah.
That's valuable right there. That's gold, actually.
Such well spoken.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Valuable.
I cannot applaud you enough on that.
I know.
Thank
That's
you.
good
My
stuff
mom's
right
an
there.
English teacher, so when other people were outside, I was reading. I had to learn like 10 words a week in the dictionary.
Wow.
Literally. And I hated it then, but I appreciate it now because I can really walk into any room and
Have
hold
a
my
conversation.
I know, right? Question.
UT, Austin, Texas, y'all come show love, come show support to this new business. It's going to be a completely different vibe from what y'all have seen. It's going to be the greatest vibe. You know, we're going to have everything you need, everything you want to do.
Well, that was
Yeah,
Torka,
Torka.
co-founder
Torka.
of Crew Lounge, and that was Trey. That's the founder of this establishment.
Absolutely.
Hope y'all enjoy them.
All right. Catch you guys later.
See you guys.